The Delhi High Court has passed a series of orders protecting the personality rights of Bollywood celebrities from unauthorized commercial use. And in this video, we will discuss what personality rights are, why are they so important, and what are the laws in India that protect them. Welcome to Drishti IAS. My name is Saloni Nankyoliar. Let's get started. So many celebrities had been approaching the court to prevent websites or social media platforms or e-commerce platforms from using their personality traits like their images, their videos, their voice, or even AI generated content that used to mimic their personality trait for unauthorized commercial use, that is for generation of revenue without taking their consent. So this was a point of contention here, and this is not a new thing. We keep on seeing that many social media platforms, many e-commerce platforms, they use the images and videos of Bollywood celebrities or even famous sports player for endorsing any product for basically commercial purposes, and many a times this happens without taking the consent from that person. So this is not an ethical thing to do. And in fact, I don't know, but if you recall, there was a very famous food delivery app which used the technology of voice cloning. So this app used to deliver messages like happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy Mother's Day in the voices of famous Bollywood celebrities. Now, if this was also happening without taking the consent from those Bollywood celebrities, then this was a violation of their personality rights. And because of many such incidents, many Bollywood celebrities, they approached the court, and the court has finally ruled in their favor, where these websites, these platforms, they were asked to take down all the content which was uploaded without their consent. So this tells us that personality rights are very important. The concept of personality rights has again come into limelight, and now we should first understand what do we exactly mean by personality rights. So what are personality rights? These are basically the safeguards that an individual has to protect his or her personality traits. Personality traits like images, videos, voice, and please note, this is not a comprehensive list. A lot of other things can be included here, and even AI generated content like the voice cloning example that I gave you, deep fakes, morphed videos, morphed photos, anything basically which is used for commercial purposes without taking the consent of the person concerned. So personality rights basically is a broad set of rights that protect our personality, they protect our privacy, they protect our dignity. All these things are included in our personality right. And as a subset of personality right, we also have publicity rights. So publicity rights specifically deal with the violation that is being happening for commercial purposes. So publicity rights is a subset of personality rights, and it only deals with the use of all these personality traits for unauthorized commercial purposes. So if I say that these celebrities, they used their publicity rights, they told that the publicity rights were being violated, then it will not be a wrong statement. So publicity rights is a subset of personality rights. Personality rights is a broader concept which protects our privacy, our dignity, and personality rights are very distinct in nature. They are very unique, very personal in nature. Everybody would have different personality traits. So our personality rights are very important, and protecting them is also very important, because if, especially in the case of celebrities, these personality rights, they also have an economic value. They have an economic value because you're using the goodwill of these people, you're using images, you're using the videos of these people to sell your product, to generate revenue. So economic value is also entailed in their personality rights. And if any misuse happens, then it is a violation of their autonomy. It is going to give them reputational loss. Reputational loss. It's defamatory. Privacy is being violated. All these things are happening if you violate the personality rights of an individual. So it's very important to protect the personality rights, because what would happen if a reputational loss happens or anybody is defamed in something, then mental harassment would also follow. You will be mentally stressed. Mental health is also going to be affected. So this is a very important concept. And now let us look at the laws that we have in India to protect these personality rights. Now, the biggest problem in India is that we do not have a single codified law to protect our personality rights. We don't have a codified law, a single codified law. So what do we have? We have different laws. Like we have, first of all, in the Constitution, we have Article 21. Right to life and personal liberty. This is taking care of our personality rights in a broader concept. Article 21 is taking care of that. Then we also have the Copyright Act, the Copyrights Act. Then we also have the Trademarks Act. They also take care of our personality rights. So in this, like in the Trademarks Act, you can trademark the logo, you can trademark the name, the signature, like my name, my signature, everything can be trademarked if I want to do so. For example, many celebrities have trademarked their names, like Shah Rukh Khan or Amitabh Bachchan, Priyanka Chopra. They have trademarked their names, which means that their names cannot be used for commercial purposes without taking their consent. Now, these are the things that govern our personality rights at the moment, but the biggest flaw at the moment is that we do not have a single codified law. We'll have to rely on piecemeal jurisdictions like judgments. We'll have to rely on past judgments. We'll have to rely sometimes on Article 21, sometimes on copyrights law, sometimes on trademarks law. But because there's no single law, that is why ambiguity is always there. But there's one respite here. If somebody has not trademarked their name, their logo, their signature or anything, their brand name, whatever it is, then will their rights not be protected? No, that is not the case. There's another concept, that is the concept of passing off. The concept of passing off. It's a legal concept. It basically tells us, or it basically safeguards the personality rights of all those individuals also who have not trademarked their names or their any personality trait. So if I have not trademarked anything, but somebody is misusing my name, my signature or my video, anything of that sort, I can use the concept of passing off and I can approach the court, because even if I have not trademarked things, I still have the right to protect my personality traits under the broad concept of personality rights. So this is what we have in India at the moment. Other than this, there are also some judicial decisions that we can rely on. Many times these cases are also cited, like R. Rajgopal versus State of Tamil Nadu, like the Otto Shankar case. This was the case of a prisoner. A prisoner's biography was published in a magazine, and then there was a contention point that can you publish the biography or can you publish the life happenings of a person without taking their consent? So in this case, the court ruled that if it is for public interest, it can be done without taking the consent of that person. Then ICC Development versus RV Enterprises. So this company was using World Cup's logo, name and players' names, everything for endorsing their product. So here the court ruled in the favor of the players that you cannot use their personal information, you cannot use their personality traits without taking their consent. Similarly, we have Titan Industries and Ram Kumar Jewelers also. Here the Ram Kumar Jewelers, they were basically using Amitabh Bachchan's and Jaya Bachchan's images to endorse their products, endorse their jewelry. And here also the court ruled that you cannot do so without taking the consent of the concerned person. It's a violation of the person's privacy. It's a violation of the person's personality rights. And then even in the Rajnikant versus Varsha Productions case, there was this movie Main Hu Rajnikant. There they were basically mimicking, imitating everything related to Rajnikant, and the person moved the court, and the court again ruled in the favor of Rajnikant that you cannot use the personality traits of a person, you cannot mimic their image, their voice, their way of speaking, the words that they use. You just cannot mimic and make it obvious that you're referring to one person, and you cannot do that without taking the consent of that person. But in all these issues, there was one contention point that has always come up, which is the issue of personality rights of an individual or of a celebrity versus the right to freedom of speech and expression. The freedom of expression. So these enterprises or these producers, they have basically claimed that they have the right to freedom of speech and expression. Article 19 clause 1, that they have the right to express themselves freely. They have a creative right to do so. So they can make satire of a person, they can make parody, they can do all these things. But then this is at times in violation with the personality rights of an individual. So this is the broader issue that has come into picture here, the personality rights of an individual versus the right to freedom of speech and expression. And the court has time and again said that yes, these people have the right to express themselves. You can do that, but there has to be a line that needs to be drawn. You have to take consent from these people when it is for commercial purposes. You can use them for information purposes, for sharing news. Let's say if you're sharing the news, if you're using it in editorials, or basically just disseminating information, news, information, if you're just doing that, you're not generating revenue out of that, or you're not generating profit out of that purposefully, then you can use that. But coincidentally, if you're generating a revenue, then that is not a problem. So let's say editorials are using these images, or newspapers are using images, or anybody is using the images just for disseminating information, then that is not a violation of a person's personality right. You can do that. But if revenue is also being generated accidentally out of it, then that is a coincidence. But if you are using it solely for commercial purposes, for revenue generation purposes only, you're endorsing a product with the vision of generating revenue in mind, you cannot do so without taking the consent of that person. So this again has been a major debate, which is the debate between right of personality rights and the right of freedom of speech and expression. So the court has ruled that you can do so only in the case of disseminating information, but for commercial purposes you need to take the consent. So what is the need of the hour? Like, what is our way forward? The way forward here is that first and foremost, we need to have a single codified law. Many countries, they have it, like the USA has it, Germany has it, Spain has it. So they have stringent laws related to personality rights. So we need to have a single codified law at the moment, and we need to have clear definitions of everything, where the line needs to be drawn, what can be included, what cannot be included. Everything needs to be added in that single codified law. So that was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the discussion. Now let us practice a question for prelims. Which of the following statements about personality or publicity rights in India is or are correct? 1. They allow a celebrity to prevent unauthorized commercial use of their name, image, voice, or likeness. 2. Editorial use of a celebrity's image in news reporting is generally protected and does not require consent. 3. Personality rights are codified in a single statute under Indian law. Choose the correct statements. 1 and 2 only, 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. Please provide your answers in the comment section and we will meet in a new video.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.